Harry's Wife, part 99.20. It is crumbling. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. 2 or 3 months ago, I identified to you that the downward spiral had commenced for Harry's wife, as a consequence of the fact that whilst her narcissism has got her into this elevated position, it is ill-equipped to keep her where she is. She, quite simply, doesn't have the narcraft. And rather than bolt herself onto the edifice that was the royal family and utilise it to her advantages, which certain narcissists would do so, enabling them to assert people through being part of a major institution that's world famous, receiving fuel from the many admirers as a consequence of doing your duty, gaining the character traits from all the various people that could be met and interfaced with, and the residual benefits, money, fame, access to things that ordinarily she would not be able to do, she could have carved out a very comfortable and useful life which would attend to the prime aims by harnessing the royal family. However, her narcissism didn't want to do so. Her narcissism convinced her that she's bigger than the royal family, and convinced her that she could use it as a platform and then go her own way and be completely successful. Her narcissism also convinced her that she could take potshots at the very institution that had welcomed her and walk away from it, victorious and unscathed. Now, although she won't recognise that it's her fault, she will see the difficulties that she's experiencing as a consequence of the repeated criticisms of her. The edifice that she's created is now crumbling. It was only ever built upon shifting sands, and the cracks in its foundations and the walls are now starting to show. How do we know this? Well, generally, of course, the pressure that they're under with regard to Netflix and Spotify through the failure to provide anything meaningful. The fact that the royal family are increasingly snubbing them. One only had to see at the service of booing how various members of the royal family kept well away from them, distancing themselves from them, that they were relegated to the kiddies' room at the shushing of the colour, that, of course, they remain ostracised through their own endeavours from both sides of the family, apart from Doria Ragland, the fact, of course, that they're regularly mocked. Social media demonstrates again and again their failings, the fact that they're scraping around in order to try and become meaningful, that they're now trying to leverage off the back of charities to gain some prominence, the fact that Harry's book went nowhere, that her political career has gone nowhere, that her role as a bananitarian has gone nowhere, that each charitable endeavour is scoffed and the hypocrisies identified in relation to it. The fact that her involvement in women's empowerment, despite her attempts to cozy up to feminists and female senators, has gone nowhere. And, of course, as we have seen, the Hollywood A-list that she thought that would welcome her in open arms has fallen silent. But moreover, evidence of the fact that her edifice is crumbling can be seen by the assault that's occurring in the media. But it's a justified one. It is not a gratuitous assault against her as she will see it, but rather it's predicated upon the various failings that she has as an individual and the collateral consequences caused by her narcissism. All one has to do is Google her name and look at the news about her, and then count through the number of news articles that are critical, scathing, uncomplimentary compared with those that support her. And to drive home this point for you, so that you can see that it is crumbling, I'll take you through them. The Daily Express states, "Sad Harry's wife and Harry dubbed totally unsuccessful. US plan crumbles." Clear criticism. The News International, "Harry's wife and Prince Harry have no future in the United States." Yahoo! Harry's wife and Katy Perry allegedly have tension over Katy's comment about Harry's wife's wedding dress. Tension. Slating. Geo.tv, Harry's wife and Prince Harry fail to prove themselves to Netflix. Criticism. Geo.tv, Harry's wife seems to be in trouble as judge confirms trial date of Samantha's lawsuit. Criticism. Yahoo, one British royal family member will probably not see Harry's wife and Prince Harry during their UK trip. Problem. Geo.tv, Harry's wife blasted for psychological extremism in fresh attack. Criticism. The News International. Harry's wife mocked for her reaction to Prince Harry's memoir. Criticism. Daily Express. Harry's wife and Prince Harry's return to UK questioned by Piers Morgan. For charity? Criticism. Hello magazine. Prince Harry and Harry's wife humbled and incredibly honoured to receive humanitarian award. Of those 10 news articles on that first page, 90% are critical. That is a huge level of criticism. But let's not just take the first 10, let's move on to the next 10. Daily Express. Harry's wife unlikely to lose her title of princess, thanks to Prince Harry. That seems to be a relatively neutral observation. Marie Claire. Harry's wife will be delivering the keynote speech at... That's clearly a puff piece, so that's favourable. Ola. Harry's wife and Prince Harry incredibly humbled to receive award. Positive puff piece. PenLive.com. Harry's wife is reportedly still not over Katy Perry's comment about her wedding dress. Criticism. GOT.TV. Harry's wife grasping at Twitter moments to stay relevant. Criticism. The Mirror. Harry's wife's trial date set amid half-sister Samantha's defamation suit against her. Problem. Insider. Harry's wife won't lose her princess title, royal experts say. Neutral. Daily Express. Sussex Squad vows to fight back for Harry's wife as fans hail bombshell. New documentary. Supportive. Hello magazine. Harry's wife's workwear wardrobe. How to emulate her for the office. News International. Show featuring Harry's wife's friend and Vikings Lagata nominated for award. Neutral. Here, 5 favourable, 3 critical, 2 or 3 which are neutral. So on balance, there's still an overwhelming 12 versus 5 that are critical of her conduct. Moving on to page 3. Marie Claire. Harry's wife reportedly fears another visit to the UK. Critical. Vogue. Harry's wife's next style chapter looks good on her. Supportive. Geo.tv. Meghan Markle plays rock for Prince Harry with this hand gesture. Neutral. Daily Express. Harry's wife and Harry face with bigger problem as Sussexes refuse to rebrand themselves. Critical. Daily Express. Devastating Harry's wife set up for an incredible amount of abuse in royal family. Critical. Town and Country magazine. Dene Benton says Harry's wife was set up for an incredible amount of abuse in royal family. That version is supportive. The News International. Harry's wife's dream of securing US presidency in tatters. Critical. Daily Express. Poll result. Harry's wife should not run for US president in 2024. You voted. Critical. Daily Express. Harry's wife's former acting teacher let slip what Duchess was really like before fame. Favourable. My London. Royal family, the Queen's relative who is even more beautiful than Kate Middleton and Harry's wife. Critical. That's another 6 that are critical. It takes a total of 18 versus about 8. So again, there is this tsunami of critical articles, and everything that I've referred you to there has taken place approximately in the last week in terms of observations about her. Again and again this will keep happening, and these will continue to be repeated challenges to her, and they're brought about why? 1, her behaviour, just generally. 2, the way that she's attacked the media. And because she's an idiot, governed by her narcissism, it caused her to engage in that behaviour, which is going to backfire and cause her a problem. But of course, her arrogance, her tunnel vision, caused her not to realise that. But those headlines, and they're something that occur each and every day, will increase in terms of the criticisms about her behaviour, lambasting her, lampooning her, taking the mick out of her, demonstrating how disliked she is, and that it's crumbling. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.